my presentation is document it, graffiti, document it, or destroy it. Okay, let's catch up with that. The last slide was graffiti from the Colosseum in Rome. This is, let's see, this is religious. This one is historic. Boy, this is really a bad idea to have this timed ahead of time. This is a historically oriented piece of graffiti. It's depicting Iwo Jima. This is Calais, France. And it's Banksy, a very famous British graffitiist who nobody knows who he is, but it's Steve Jobs. His mother was the daughter of an immigrant, and he's kind of showing, should we allow immigrants in or not? This is another famous one of Banksy's, sweeping it under the rug. He tends to be a very politically oriented graffitiist. If you see something, you can be pretty sure that it's him or somebody copying him. This was a piece I found in East Dayton. You can't quite read that. It says there's no real reason for it. It's just policy. It's just our policy. And it says deed on that piece of paper. And I think it might be some kind of comment on foreclosures, cheap sales, that kind of thing. This is just a beautiful piece of really pixelated graffiti. I don't think it really has a meaning, but it's another reason why graffiti, this type of graffiti would be welcome. This kind of graffiti, at a distance, it just looks like a really interesting, colorful picture, but if you look more closely, you see the faces in it, and the more you look at it, the more faces you find. I found that out just working on this. It's like, oh my God, there's one over there, and there's one over there. If all graffiti looked like this and the ones previously, I don't think anybody would have a problem with it. If I had gotten to some of the earlier stuff, I would have told you about the types of walls for graffiti. There's permission, open, and basically illegal. This is on a permission wall. The only stipulation the owner of the building made to the graffitiist, because they actually happened to show up when he was painting one day, is that he keeps the ground black. Now what I wanted to change it doesn't change. This is an open wall. It's on the back of one of those self-storage units, and it backs up onto a railroad track. Anybody can go there, paint anything they want. It doesn't matter. The one thing that I have a problem with, now see, this is in London, and it's just normal graffiti, just sprayed on the wall. To me, the legal and the permission walls are kind of like, years ago in art school, we had an article about museums and artists and how it's like keeping wild animals in a zoo. Well, I kind of look at the legal and the permission walls as wild animals in the zoo. This is real graffiti. It's illegal. Again, this is in an industrial area of Dayton, but and this also is there. Do you want it in your neighborhood? I don't know. I doubt it. But that's where the problem comes, is do we keep this stuff and document it like some cities do, or do we just cover it all up? And I'm very ambivalent about it. Do we document it or do we destroy it? This is a place where somebody decided, a Chinese adolescent boy decides he's going to scrawl his name. I think it's Jin, anyway, his name was here. And, he ruined it. This is a petroglyph on an island outside Norway, and a couple of adolescent boys, seeing a pattern here, decided they were going to fix it. Well, they ruined it. They can't restore it because they've scratched into the rock, so nobody can study it in person anymore. This is kind of neat. This is called reverse graffiti. They take solvent and clean away the ground. This one is a more complex image. It's echoing this bench in the foreground with all these chairs and benches. And it's really interesting. And the last one, anyway, there's another one. That's my favorite one of the reverse graffiti. The problem is, who decides what's good art and what's bad art? Who decides what's graffiti that should be kept and what graffiti shouldn't be kept? I don't know. I just am really curious about, where do we go from here? How do we deal with this? Because it is problematic in a lot of places.